All right, welcome back with me for our Training Day podcast. I got my good friend and mother freaking beast, Grady Polcyn, president of FFL America and integrity partner, has a massive business, has trained and developed, recruited a lot of stars in this business and has helped them develop and grow to the levels that they're at as he's continued to keep himself knowledgeable and growing and information on tilt. And one thing, Grady, that has always been a staple to me with you is, number one, your propensity to say really big words. Number two, number two, the fact that your energy level is just always high. And number three, you're just a marketing machine. And it's helped really the entire company for, since you've been here. So thank you for getting back on with me. We try to get you on here at least once a year because the information is always amazing and the interview is always awesome. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. Excited more than ever, focused on the future more than ever, excited on the new directions the company has gone. It's wonderful to see Sean's trust now more so. I mean, it's great. He says it himself, we did a lot together to get us here, but now we need all of us to really band together to get us where we want to go. And it's really exciting to see that. So personally, fantastic. Babies are healthy. Wife, Mama Bear is happy. And, just loving this business more and more every day. I've got some new agents making big checks, and it's just their eyes are lit up. And, just that whole recoaching of you can change your life here, but don't get all distracted. Have a good week and then go to Cabo. That whole just going through the motions and helping. When you find some good new agents, it is nothing's more reinvigorating than that because you relive your own experience through their eyes and through their shoes and through their excitement. And so that's one of the beauties of our business is we can constantly kind of plant new bamboo shoots and then let the saplings germinate and then eventually shoot up, right? 60 feet in 60 days or whatever that bamboo shoot story is. So overall doing fantastic, man. And I appreciate the comments of my vocabulary, which I'm constantly trying to get better with my word a day toilet paper and my and my energy, which, I think there's old lines, right, in life and in business. It's like, if you fake it till you make it. And some people are like, you don't fake it till you make it. You should just be real all the time. And I'm like, well, sometimes you just don't have the confidence to really accomplish the things that you see other people doing because you put yourself in their shoes and you're like, I could never make 30 families a month money. And I could never build a team to board member. I could never do that because, well, who we're comparing ourselves to is our person today, right? This person today, me at that point when I had done nothing, and most new agents when they've done nothing, can't put themselves in their shoes, but it's just gradual, brick by brick steps. And as we progress through that, that's how we eventually create ourselves into someone that can produce at a high level and also become attractive to those who also could produce at a high level and trust us to guide them. And doing so, I feel that I've tricked myself and the world with just talking really fast and being energetic that I actually might know what I'm doing. And that sometimes is energy begets energy. And so those are kind of just, giving away the secrets early in the call, Mark, but happy to be here. Just fake it, right?
You're hilarious, bro. I love it, man. And you're right. I mean, but at the same time, you're right. People need to borrow their belief from other people at times, and that's huge. I mean, that's what we do. That's what this whole structure is set up to do. And when you think about the journey you've been on and just the fact that, integrity partnership, that thing is real. And now you're, still delivering, still helping, still assisting, being the best member of the team you can be. What does that say to, again, we talk about the comparison of the new agent. What is the message you're sending to the new agent still being at the top of your game today?
I think, and that word always triggers me because there's a great quote by Jim Rohn is comparison is the thief of joy, right? And I always try to be very cognizant of that and understand that I can only take steps forward that, I'll allow myself to mentally get focused on, get better at, put time in. I'm kind of like a psycho-avarice researcher. I don't know if you're like that with the onset of the internet and the ability to find information at will. Like if I hear a word or a story or a product or anything, I'm on my phone within 5 seconds and I'm looking it up, trying to just be more educated.
Right.
And so that's an asset. But as far as focusing on new agents, I mean, I'm still it's like I say still, but it was an accident. Like I am just so proud to be at our company and what we've been able to create, to see the numbers we put up consistently. New agents coming here, top agents making great money, producer bonuses, builder bonuses, the crews now, that I just tell agents what I tell them the truth, right? Phenomenal opportunity, highest comp in the industry, no fees, free training. Right, we got David Goggins coming to convention. That I mean, companies, not to name names, but there's other companies that are actively having their convention. I'm not going to say where because it would give it away, but they're actively having their convention. It's $247 to attend, and they have I don't want to say a bunch of nobodies, because I'm sure they're fine people in the eyes of God and their children, but they're a bunch of just random people. Maybe it's even just agency managers that they're charging $247 to attend. And here we'll have our convention in Dallas. There'll be 10,000 people there, and it'll cost millions of dollars. David Goggins is six figures, multiple six figures, to come speak for an hour. And corporate and FFL charges zero. So like, that's kind of like the message I always try to continually give to new agents, is that this is the best place. Why? Well, why is there some noise online? Well, because when you're the best, you got the biggest target on your back, right? That's the reality. Look at anything, anywhere, any entity that's ever done something amazing. There's a bunch of people that didn't happen, right? Look at real estate. How many people get their real estate license? And the top 1%, I think the top 1% of realtors, Mark, sells like 3 houses a year. That's the top 1%. So what is the bottom 99% doing, right? So you just look at life, and my always comment to new agents is, we've got phenomenal leads. We've got the best training because we have the best producers, and a phenomenal opportunity, all the carriers you can need, the support of integrity, right? And so just putting ourselves in a position where we're just continually showing this phenomenal opportunity. This is the best place for people who want to work hard and make a lot of money, to work hard and make a lot of money, if they want to work hard and make, it's combo, right? But I want it easy. I want to just sell 2 hours a day, Mark. I want to work in my pajama, got it. Like, I think that if the internet broke and we could only sell in person, our production would double overnight. Because when you and I left the home at our home at 6 a.m. to go drive to appointments and didn't come back till 10 p.m. at night, there was work happening for 14 hours a day.
Right.
And when people can make a couple connections and have a bad experience, and their feelings got hurt because Mary didn't want to buy after they got all the way to the check, and I don't want to do it now, Grady. Well, why? I just spent 45 minutes trying to make this sale, and I need to go walk around the block and clear my head, right? We had appointments in 45 minutes. We're working.
Right.
So virtual, for all of its beauty, that has allowed us the accessibility to sell from New Jersey to Hawaii, has also enabled a lot of people to play possum and hide in their little turtle shell and act like that the hard stuff it's not fair. So it's just some cognizance. But for new agents, my focus is always 30 appointments, 20 presentations, 10 closes, right? Same numbers. You do a virtual, you do in-home. I don't care. You just need to hit your numerical goals. And if you're not going to make it. And that's always just same numbers, same thing, same strength. Got a guy, he's like, I did 10 families. I was like, Wednesday morning. He's like, I'm at 10 families already. And I got this from Andrew, because it's how Andrew would always talk to me. I was like, dude, I'm at 7. He's like, why aren't you at 13? And I'm like, I'm at 7, bro. Like, this is life changing. And so my new guy, I was like, he's like, I'm at 10 right now. And I'm like, get to 15. And he's like, I love the push. Like, that's FFL. FFL in its core is pushing people to do more, because the agents deserve it and our clients do too. So that's my message to new agents.
Hey, man, I love it, man. You're taking me to church early, man. Listen, you've been I would even go as far as saying a marketing guru for the company, for FL America. You've set the pace and showed a lot of people how to market. Obviously, this is part of your background, but it's obviously also something you enjoy. Can you break down, why marketing? And then, some of the nuances of things that you do on a day-to-day basis to continue to equip your business to grow from a marketing perspective, but also things you're doing to allow yourself to be relevant in the future.
I'll tell a story I've never told before. And I think maybe this is where it comes from, with my energy and passion towards it, is good marketing moves people, right? It tells stories. It creates interest, right? Good marketing puts the viewer of said marketing, billboard, TV commercial, image, robo dial, right? Put someone in a position to make a decision. Am I going to call back that number? Am I going to go to the website? Am I going to click this link? Am I going to visit this place, right? And it's actually being able to somewhat control people. And so when I was in my software company, right, we did a lot of online affiliate marketing where we made software that would support, guys that sold pet vitamins, or they'd sold courses, or they sold, online guru stuff. And I got exposed to a lot of it. And I would watch guys, Mark, send emails and make $100,000 in a week. And I'd watch them make $1 million in a month, writing emails and sending salacious, exciting stuff to sell like a debt recovery program, or find the secret to happiness, find a mindset, challenges, NLP trainings, right? And it would start with a $7 ebook, and then it would go to a $300 course, and then it would go to a $3,000 coaching program, and then it would go to a $20,000 week that you get to spend with them on a beach. And I would watch these guys, and I was like, this is fascinating, because I've talked to this guy. He's not that smart. He doesn't communicate that well, but somehow they write really well, or they've got teams, and they also have influence over their email marketing list that they have now can sell them all kinds of stuff. Here's a new business opportunity. Here's a new course. Here's a new this. And they make money from marketing to a group of people that trust them. And so I'm like, I never felt good about like selling crap to make money for my own benefit and just saying, well, they can take the opportunity if they wanted to, right? I just never, that was never where my soul was. And so when I found insurance, I was like, oh, so I can really help agents. I can really help clients. I can really help myself. Maybe I can actually take this like marketing exposure that I've been exposed to and try to utilize it for good. And a lot of the principles that I learned in there is kind of like, you want to be marketing from multiple mediums, right? Text, email, from all the social media programs, calls, have webinars going on. Those are things that like these guys would do to sell their $7 course, to get to their $300 masterclass, to get to their $3,000 mastermind, to get to their $20,000 weekend. And like, never was my intention to like turn profits on agents. We're not the acronym companies that go, how much money can we make off the agents, right? We are simply a company that goes, how many people can we put in a good position, right? So if I could take my meager understanding of what those online marketing guys were doing and apply those skill sets here, maybe something could happen. And that's from day one, when I would be posting on Craigslist to try to get some interested people who wanted to sell insurance with free training and high comp. They would respond to me and ask them from their email. And from day one, I would take their email, I'd put it on my email list. And I had 92 people off of Craigslist that I started sending, hey man, just had a good week, protected 3 families, have had 15 appointments, and have 6 people interested in getting started. Let me know if you're ready for change, right? And from that, it just compounded to stories, and then more stories of my team, and the leaderboard started growing. And so the success of me telling the truth to people who had no reason to trust me other than they responded to a Craigslist ad or a ZipRecruiter ad or responded on a Facebook, of wanting to just learn more about an opportunity, they would hear the voice of just a guy who loved his wife, was a father of 4 kids, had no money when he started here, dug into the training, trusted the system, and is, simply said changed his life forever, right? And that was just kind of like, I've got people that will email me back like, I've been on your list for 4 years. I don't even know how I got here, but I'm ready to get started finally. My company doesn't take care of me. And I'm like, perfect, Betty, let's get you to China. We'll get you in class, right? So that for me, and if I could give that insight to anybody's, you don't have to have this. I mean, I don't have an affiliate marketing background. I just watched from the outside. My software company made landing pages, and we had some apps and stuff that kind of supported those people, but we saw what they did and just were able to kind of like go, interesting, right? So my advice to anyone out there is like, tell your story, be honest, be truthful. People buy you, right? Our clients don't buy America. They don't buy Mutual of Omaha. They don't buy AIG or Corbridge now. For some reason, they changed their name after 100. That's great. Some marketing genius up there goes, you know what? This has worked out too well for 100 years. We're with $100 billion. Let's change our name. But I don't know. No one, I'm sure there's reasons. I'm being more facetious there. But AIG, Corbridge, they don't buy those companies. They buy you because you have found a a reminiscent period inside of what's going on in their life, whether a recent tragedy or a pain of losing the home from a mortgage, or the desire to not leave financial burden to your children, and explaining maybe a story you have from a previous client, a personal story, etc. And the trust you build with the confidence in your words of increasing credibility and reducing the sales pressure while you're communicating with your clients are buying you. So in that same sense, when I understood that from a marketing standpoint of the business, I go, well, how can I tell the truth, show my success, show that I'm someone that they can trust to follow, because I'm leading by example, the number one producer on my leaderboard. I know you were the same. If I'm not the number one person, then it might be 52 weeks out of 52, I was the number one. And that was just because Julius got an annuity. So that's about it. But that gave me the right to coach. It gave me immediate trust, and it gave me the knowledge to give correct answers to my team. So for anyone out there that's trying to build an agency, lead from the front in sales, but also to your potential prospects of people that may want to join you, tell them the truth about what's happening. And, I never took a copywriting course. I never did anything. I just go, how do I tell the truth, right? How do I just go, this is what happened to me, tell a quick story about an experience, show them a leaderboard. If you want to be on here with us, reply back and I'll be happy to get you in class and tell you what's happening. So that was kind of my early onset experience with marketing, and how it kind of became what it is today is just kind of seeing these guys selling all this garbage. And I go, how can I take those same tactics and just try to build a positive world where I can't decide if they're going to do it or not, if they're going to buy leads and dial, but I can't decide if I'm just going to be the best version of me that they may want to be a part of. And maybe they don't like me in the end, but I can pair them up with a Nina and Hayden or a Jamie or a Marissa or someone, right?
Right.
So
how do you stay sharp? And I'll go a step further. How do you know which trends to jump on, right? There's just so many things that are trending.
Yeah.
Chat GPT jumps out the window. 100 million users in a very short period of time, and Meta says, hey, we're gonna try to compete with Twitter. We want to go we want to release this app called Threads, and and it's like you've got new apps being created every day, to short circuit technology and or shortcut, technology, and you have these avenues, you have things, and then you're constantly finding a way to take what's happening around and put it inside of what or what you're doing to stay sharp. Educate us on some of that stuff that, with everything moving so fast, but also you can't do everything.
Correct. So a couple principles that I live by is, if we don't have enough agents to call, then we're either not doing enough or we're doing something wrong, right? So if we don't know, we live in a business which fortunately we have the capital to invest to get recruits, right? So just like agents procure leads to have people to call, and they don't have to just keep beating down the doors of aunts, uncles, and cousins and neighbors to get sales, our agents can simply buy leads of interested people who have responded recently and saying, I'd like someone to help me getting life insurance. I try to take the same approach to agent leads, right? I post ads, or I'll run a ZipRecruiter ad, or I'll run an Indeed ad, or I'll post a Craigslist ad, and I only want interested people to respond to me. So that's avenue one, is only having interested people to talk to and spending capital running a simple Facebook ad of, hey, I was, I didn't do the ad, person did the ad, and she did a really good job, but I'll try again. All right. Hey, with everything going on in the economy right now, what we're seeing is people are looking to be self-employed. Insurance, I've found, has become one of the best ways for me to become self-employed, make money in my own time, and have a constant stream of clients to see. If you're interested in sales or interested in making money from home, click the link below and we'll be happy to reach out and tell you what we've got going on right now.
Look at you. You're an automatic billboard.
So you put that out on a video ad and you run it towards people that like Jim Rohn, BMW, and entrepreneurship, and run an ad to a subset of people of an age group you want to work with and a market you want to work with, and people will respond, because Facebook will take your money and they will show it to people, and that's what's pretty cool. So one concept, guys, is always having a stream of people to talk to coming in. If you don't have from a building standpoint, well, from a sales standpoint, if you don't have new leads to call, because new leads, hey man, I got a hold of like 10 of the people. Should I buy more leads or should I just keep hammering the 30 that didn't respond? Well, there's going to be some more gold in those 30, but the best thing to do is to get more new leads, because that's going to guarantee you to make some more sales. And then those 30, you're going to rest for a couple of days, come back from their trip, or forget that they had a crazy week and they didn't want to talk to anybody. And then you're going to go get whatever is left over in those 30 leads. So the same thing happens in agent leads. We have to have marketing hooks out in the market from a guaranteed way. I know if I spend money on Facebook, I will return agent leads for China and I to call without question. The secondary is having long tail like marketing, right? So Facebook is great, Instagram is great, Threads is new, YouTube's my favorite, right? Running Google ads is more so like running Facebook. So the concept then would be, I personally believe in the reality that Google is the largest search engine in the world, and YouTube is owned by Google. And they're both, the key word is indexable, meaning they don't die, right? You can't search for, like if I did a great post on Instagram 2 years ago about entrepreneurship and mindset and being driven, and these are my 6 keys to guarantee your success in 2022 or whenever I wrote it, right? I can't go into the search bar and type in keys to success and my post pops up. Right. It's dead, right? So Instagram and Facebook essentially die within 5 to 12 hours of you posting it. It's fun for the quick clicks. It's fun to kind of see if your, old friends from high school go, good job, Grady, glad you're doing well. And I'm like, thanks, Jim. I don't even know a Jim, but you know what I mean? So I found massive success, Mark, in creating content like this, just like what you do, of telling the truth, right? This is how I run your business. This is how you run your business. Where this video will live on this channel is hundreds of videos up and below us of other truthful stories. And if you're a new agent, this makes sense to you, reach out to someone on Mark's team. They'll be happy to explain it to you. And so I do lots of interviews in, what is your phone script? How do you open a call? What do you do for objections? How do you close your call? Like I do a lot of those and put them out there on YouTube. And that in turn brings me 10 to 30 interested people every single week, because there are people that are because they're going on, if they're getting interested in getting their insurance license, maybe they sell pest control or they sell real estate. They're looking for great sales tips. How do I do door knocking? How do I call cold leads? How do I sell this? Well, the insurance stuff filters up too. If I'm looking and getting into selling pest control, what I might not possibly go into YouTube and go, how to sell pest control. Mm-hmm. And if some dude named Brady Polcyn pops up, and Brady Polcyn is like got 300 videos about how he's been building a pest control agency. If you're interested in selling pest control, you can team up with us or one of my partners named Clark Teed out in New Jersey, whatever, right? There's the simplicity of that goes, this guy who lives in Oklahoma goes, Brady Polcyn and Clark Teed, I'd love to partner up with them. I'm going to fill out one of their forms and someone from their office might give me a call. That is how you create continual long tail hooks in the water as you chum the boat across the harbor to make sure you pick up some big tuna. Nice. Right? Tuna's worth a lot, so you definitely want to get some tuna. And so that for me has been my mindset around marketing, right? I post ads that I pay for to guarantee with people to call, and then I create content in places that are indexable. Do I post leaderboards? Do I post on Facebook? Yeah, because that's where people are, and they're there snapping around between dial time, they're looking. That's more agent motivation than it is recruiting. Mm-hmm. Because someone looks at a leaderboard and it's got a bunch of numbers on it. It doesn't make a ton of sense to them. Is it interesting? Sure, kind of. Could there be some recruits in there? Fine. But my best recruits, Mark, come from YouTube because they see our content, how we communicate, how you talk, how nice your office, how professional you are, how well-spoken you are. And they go, I'd like to partner with this guy. Or I'd like to learn more about it. He seems like he's got a well-polished, well-oiled machine. This looks like something that I can trust, right? That's what people are lacking in their work environment. And why they don't want to stay there for 30 years is they don't trust that maybe it's going to be around, or if they give their heart to it, they're going to make the kind of money their boss makes, because they got to hope their boss gets fired, retires, or dies if they can ever take his position. And that's a pretty morbid way to live life, right? I don't want to wish that illness on my guy that I got to work with arm in arm every day. How about I go forge my own company? Welcome to insurance. So those concepts are my beliefs in marketing. And I'll tell you, here's a secret for a bonus. If you want to learn how to write well, And I used to do this. I should do it again. Maybe I will after I say this. Create a burner email, you know, whatever, Clark Teed at Gmail. And what you do is you go opt in online to everything, opt into every single thing you possibly could, everything you could possibly put your email into, and you're going to get inundated with emails. And what you do is, once a week, once a month, go in there and look through all the subject lines, find out what caught your attention, what interests you, open it, look at it, find out if the message resonates. Sometimes look at how the messages are styled. Are they HTML and pretty, but they don't load right on a phone if you don't have low internet? Are they plain text? Is there image above the fold? Is there a link above the fold that makes it easy to click? Because the more scrolls, the less interaction you're going to get on any of your copy, whether it's a website or an email. And find out what interests you, and then you go, this is actually pretty cool. I do that all the time with China and Caitlin. Is I will see something and I'll go, I really like how they did this. Let's start to implement stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't send them the stuff I don't like, right? I just send them this stuff makes sense. I like what they're wording. Look at what they did here in this top. And so if you do that and you go, say you look at hundreds of thousands of emails over the next 3-6 months, you're going to see what subject lines catch your mind. You're going to see how they did the top of the body. You're going to see how they style emails. And that's why now, 5 years later, I've got 30,000 people on my email list and I get nearly 40% open rates, which is crazy. And I don't have 12,000 agents or whatever that math is. So there's people watching, and those Bettys from 2018, one day she's gonna get fed up working where she's working. She's gonna come back home. So,
dude, you could see the passion. You can hear the passion. You eat, live, breathe this stuff. It's massive, and obviously you have the stuff that's getting you people today, and you have the long tail stuff that's getting you people tomorrow. But the game is to be in business and for people to know you're in business and to stay the same. The amount of people, Grady, that through the years have come back in or come back to me, even whether they was with me or not, because we're still here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we are still here. We're still out there. You see my content. You see this. You see that. And people just kind of, I was at the football field this week. Monday, I walked on, we had just gotten back from vacation, and we missed the first week of football camp. So my son plays football, and, you get there, there's the cheerleading team, there's the football teams of multiple different ages, from flag all the way up to 8th grade. So it's a lot of people in this. And I'm walking by, and, two of my clients, who are also my friends, are sitting there. And the husband at one point tried to be an insurance agent and didn't do it. And at one point, the wife tried to go into class and didn't do it. And I see them, I say hello, they have policies with me, and we're just talking. And I get to this place in my mind where I'm like, she's talking about, this will be the first year that the kids are going to be, all of them out of the house during the day, because my smallest is now, here. And I said, you know what? Why not go back and get your license? And she goes, I think I might. I think I will. And we never blew out of the water when she didn't. But they know where my office is. They know where my phone number is. They've called me multiple times throughout the course of the last 5-6 years, and we just have been acquainted, but we've never gone anywhere. So the long tail stuff is only successful because of the stuff you're doing today to stay in business and to move the business forward. But both are very important because you never know, right? Like, weren't you like, your story with Andrew, wasn't that like long tail in some respects?
Years of just me. I mean, I was not who I was. I'm not who I am there. I have not. The me today is nothing like the me I was then. I was just some dude from Craigslist by his mind. But for me, I saw a guy of consistency. I saw a guy who answered his phone. Saw a guy who consistently sold, because I got in those Facebook groups early on and just watched and built my own got through my own self-sabotaging mentality of I could never do what they do, and they must have gone to like, Wharton School of freaking salesmanship. And then, I just had no concept of what it was, but he was always there and producing. And so for me, because I got interested to him back when you guys were at the previous company. I went to a hotspot and went to a hotspot, and he was there talking with his glasses on and his goofy Caesar. He used to pull his hair down like Julius Caesar. And I was like, and he's like, I make 100 families a year, and I have 25 agents selling underneath me, and I am serving tables at the mall. And I'm like, this dude makes what and has 25 agents underneath him? Okay. And like, I progressed with that company for a little bit, did all right. And then my other MLM thing took off, and I focused on that. And then I got into software. Long story short, but I kept like just up with him. He didn't even know me. I don't even think we shook hands at that meeting. But I messaged him at some point a few years later, and was like, hey man, I think I'm interested. And I didn't do anything then for a year. And like, I just kept around, right? I kept getting calls. I remember a call back in the day with you and Wayne Carr. I listened to Wayne Carr talk about how he hit Hall of Fame. And I was like, that numbers are insane. Like this dude, like he must work 168 hours a week. How do you make that kind of money? And, but it just stayed around. So that's what my hope too, is with my emails. And for any of you guys out there that want to build an agency over time, it's not a shot. It's not a shotgun, bazooka. I don't know, water cannon. It's not. It's irrigation, right? It's slow. It's slow and steady. And I'm so thankful that he kept responding, because finally, when the time was right, for me, and I just was so fed up with my current situation. That's for a lot of people that are watching this that don't work with us, right? It's the old adage of the dog on the porch with the nail in his foot, and the guy walks up and goes, "Why is the dog whining? Why does he keep whining over there?" And he's like, "He's got a nail in his foot." Well, why doesn't he pull it out? Doesn't hurt bad enough, right? That's this whole life. And for me, I didn't have enough pain to want to take that leap of faith. The 47,000 I was making a year was enough to keep, the Band-Aid on the scab, and I didn't see it, and I just kept looking the other way. And finally, when I was introduced to what was really possible here, and seeing like Jack Yu put up 17 in a week, and I'm like, well, he's Asian. He's got it. That's got to be why. Asians, you should see him at the Chinese restaurants. They can close anybody, right? Like I just would make all these lies up until when I got started, and just committed to the process of actually learning the appropriate word tracks, how to be strong and confident with a client, how to gain trust because you're knowledgeable about your stuff, because you spend every single waking moment drilling trainings in your head, so their words come out of your mouth instead of your own floppy tongue messing the hope to sale. And within that process, I mean, I was at 30 families my third month, and changed my life forever, right? So that was the thing of long tail marketing, is just seeing Andrew be consistent, and then be going, this is my guy, and trusting what he said. And that's for any of you guys. If you've got a coach who produces at the level you want to, a mentor, a manager, someone you're looking up to, just listen to what they say. Like, why? I can't do that. Why should I do that? Because it's the right way to do it, right? Because I have a vested interest, a vested financial interest in making sure you succeed, and I would never steer you wrong. And remove financial, I'm just a good person, and I'll tell you the right way to do it anyway, right? This is what we are, is who we are here,
I love it, man. Thank you so much, man. This is, as always, one for the books. Grady Polcyn, president of Family First Life America, with a gargantuan business. Thank you so much for joining us on our Training Day podcast, my brother.
We're shepherds and collectors of good people, and just do our best by being good. And that's the beauty of it, man. Me and you both, I've learned so much from you over the years, and it's just a blessing, honestly, to get to keep doing it together, right? That's what's fun. They didn't, what happened that one year, right? The Seattle Mariners, they won the World Series, and then the next year they traded away all the players because they want to get paid, and they came in last place, right? LeBron leaves Cleveland. They go from 61 wins to 19 the next year, right? Wow. We're not breaking up the band. The band stays, marches on, and keeps leading the way. So always grateful to be here with you, Mark.
Love you too, man. So thank you so much for sharing, brother. Appreciate you. Everybody keep listening. Play this one back. This is huge for your mindset. Thanks, Grady. Love you, brother.